Have you ever wondered if joining an association like NAPO is really worth the investment? Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel where I explore the ins and outs of becoming and thriving as a professional organizer. Today we're tackling a big question that many of you have asked. Is it worth it to join an organization like NAPO, the National Association of Productivity and Organizing Professionals, especially with all the fees involved? Stick around because I'm going to show you all the benefits and the additional fees that come with your membership. In this video, we're going to take a tour of the NAPO website, and I'll walk you through this cheat sheet that I've put together to help you evaluate what you're getting into before joining an association and ensure that it's the right fit for you. Joining a trade association like NAPO isn't just about paying fees. It's about investing in your business and joining a community. One of my students, after completing the business setup module in my course, said that she felt incredibly motivated because committing financially and mentally to this career path made it harder for her to consider quitting, even on those tough days. That level of commitment is crucial because there will be tough days and challenging clients. While it's true that certification from associations like NAPO or KonMari can greatly enhance a thriving business, many of you might be wondering about the first steps. How do I land those initial clients? How do I effectively conduct a paid organizing session when I'm just starting out? This is where my course, Selling Organization, comes into play. It's designed specifically to fast track your journey by helping you secure your first paying clients and providing you with clear, actionable strategy for conducting successful organizing sessions. Think of it as your foundational toolkit before you dive deeper into a specialty with further certifications. Okay, let's take a look at NAPO membership and see if it's right for you. So when you come into the site, and this is just napo.net, which stands for the National Association of Productivity and Organizing Professionals. It used to simply be called the National Association of Professional Organizers, but the name NAPO and the site have remained the same. One feature that I like when you go into a trade association that you're thinking about joining, look for this Find a Pro, this professional directory feature. This has been so helpful. I've gotten many referrals over the years simply by being in this directory and being able to have my business found by location. So when another organizer in an area is, maybe has a client that's moving, they can find me here and vice versa. I use this site a lot to refer professional organizers when someone is asking me to help them find an organizer in their area. Okay, so what we're really here for are a couple of questions about how much is all this going to cost and what type of benefits are you going to get, particularly if you get into a certification program. So let's start at the very beginning with membership. So how much is it to join NAPO? When you come in here, and I really have been wanting to do this video for a long time, so I know it's super confusing, but when you are starting as a new organizer and a new NAPO member, you're going to come in as a provisional member, and then you're going to move your way up to professional. So I'm currently a professional member. I'm going to click here on provisional. Now, when you join as a provisional member, you are going to have this little collection. They're now calling it the Professional Practices Coursework. That coursework is included with your membership, and it's really important that you go ahead and get that those courses out of the way, because once you complete that, you will be listed in that directory, which means people, colleagues, associates, people who have just found NAPO in a Google search can find you. So you are joining at $319 per year. Those courses are included, and I'm pretty sure that's exactly what I pay as a professional member. It goes up. It's been going up over the years. Let me see. I think that's the same fee. So it's not that you're $319. That's probably what I'm paying on an annual as well. So it's not that your membership is discounted when you come in, it's just that you have to do a little bit of coursework before you can make it to the directory and take advantage of other benefits. So let's pop over here to certification. This little resource here, the BCPO handbook, I've talked about that in other videos and I talk about it in some of my training. Very detailed, very helpful, just a lot in there. It's some really heavy reading, but that is available just on the website if you want to get in there and find out all the really detailed ins and outs about the certification program. And this is for the CPO. CPO is going to be the designation of the certification through NAPO. Now, do you have to become certified if you join NAPO? Absolutely not. There are a lot of other tracks that you can take, and there's a lot you can get just from your membership. So I'm going to pop over here to NAPO University, and let's see if we can look at the full catalog here. Well, first of all, there is something here called events, and I do want to highlight, so there are some free courses when you just basic with your membership without doing anything extra. And I actually want to show you guys this one here, which is on the 25th of this month. And if you missed it, there are recordings. But this is one of my sponsors and a software that I use for handling my payments from customers with credit cards. They are actually giving a free workshop here on the 25th, which is open to all NAPO members. So check that out if you've already joined. So these are their live events, and then they have those recorded. So that is included with your membership. And then let's go to the full catalog. I'm going to show you guys a little hack that I have used a lot actually in getting my education over the years. So something that's really important to understand is once you have your certification, you still need continuing education units to maintain your certification. So keep that in mind if you're going that certification route, that you need to get 45 hours of continuing education between your recertification times, which happen every 3 years. So these conference recordings, there's 57 hours of conference recordings. And then also, if you can see here, there's 42 free membership webinars. So if you are interested in listening to all these conference recordings, which is in another like 57 hours of education, and I was actually kind of surprised to see this is my course that I taught, Trello. And if you guys are in my selling organization course, you might have probably have access to that as well. But I'll click on that one. So you can see that even as a NAPO member, you have to pay $15, and that's the pretty standard fee for all of these courses. But I'm going to show you a little hack, and that is if we go back to NAPO and we go into membership and chapters. One of the big benefits of joining a trade association is you're going to get connected with people in your community who also work as organizers, or even outside of your community who are referring jobs to you and to your area. And this is just a great way to connect with other organizers. And I will tell you, I have gotten tens of thousands of dollars of work, referrals from other professional organizers every year that I've been in business, since the very beginning. This has just been a huge source of client referrals for me. So if there's a chapter in your area, definitely look into that. And if you don't have a chapter, I'm going to click here on virtual chapter. So you can also join virtual chapter. I believe it is $100 to be $75, but of course everything's going up and up. But let's see, membership types and dues. Let's look at that first. Okay, so $100 gives you a professional membership. And they may have something in here. Well, it's the same price if you're provisional, so we're not too worried about that. But what I wanted to show you as one of the benefits of membership for typically, I would think any chapter would do this, but if you don't have a chapter in your area, you can just look at the virtual membership. Okay, so if we go under benefits, membership benefits, and this is at the chapter level, you see this line here that says access to NAPO conference recordings. By being a member of a chapter, you can get access to these conference recordings. So that is another 57 hours of training as just a regular member without going through any certificate program or working towards your certification. So that is a hack that I always use to get lots of continuing education credit. Now here is my warning to you, and something that I think is really confusing when you look at joining NAPO is that when you come into NAPO and you look at their education, when you get into this page about the certificates of study and the specialist certificates, I think it gets really complicated. So these are, I guess, specialized areas of study, and you can see these little dollar signs. So these are going to be additional costs to you to earn these sort of categories of education. So for example, this one is called NAPO Specialist Certificate, Move Management and Home Staging. Click on that one. And you see you get 14 hours of continuing education units, and that is for $349. So the complaint that I hear from new organizers and those going the NAPO track is that there is so much education and so many directions that you can take. I have heard that folks will join NAPO and they will do education for 6 months, a year, 2 years, and they never get around to taking paid clients. Now, for me, this is a huge red flag, and I coach anyone who comes through my coaching program and any of my students. My goal for them is to start taking paying clients as soon as possible, because you're going to get so much more experience, and there is certainly a level of client that you can take based on your prior life experience. Now, I call that niche marketing. That gets into building on those prior skills. And if you've gotten my professional organizers launch guide or any of my materials, that's where I'm starting you out in that process so that you can take clients faster. Let's talk a little bit about the fees associated with certification. As you work towards your certification in NAPO, if you choose to take that path, you will have $100 on top of your annual fees, and that is to maintain your membership. Okay, this is a big one. You're going to need to document paid work experience. So this is something I'm always reminding you guys of, is that you don't get certified and then go work. You work and then get certified. So you actually have to prove that you have 1,000 hours of paid work experience as a professional organizer within 5 years prior to applying. So if you're even considering this certification track, guess what? You really need to start working. You're going to start taking paid hours and have that working towards as 1,000 hours. And then after that, you can sit for the exam. And while we are looking at all of the costs associated with the certification, let's look at this right here, $450. So that is your exam fee. So keep that in mind with your budget as well. And the last thing I want to show you on the NAPO website is this area here called members only Point. So Point is the NAPO community where you can share and talk and ask questions amongst other NAPO members. I'm not going to go right in there because I'd have to sign in and then I would just be showing you a private community. But essentially once you get into Point, I think it kind of looks like Facebook. You know, there's questions, answers, posts, you can search, there's categories of things that you can look at, and it is a huge wealth of information. One of the major benefits of getting involved with a certification program or a trade association that has a community is that community interaction. It's a place where you can ask questions and interact with other members, maybe even find someone in your community where you can pass referrals. It's important to note that for NAPO and ICD, you can choose to be a member without pursuing certification. However, with something like the KonMari Consultant Certification Program, which I'll cover in my next video, certification and community access go hand in hand. So you'll first need to attend a workshop to begin your certification program to join the community and to have access to further training. If you found this breakdown helpful, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications so YouTube will let you know when my next video is out. The next video in the series will explore KonMari certification, or you can binge watch the entire series by clicking this link on your screen. Please like and subscribe for more videos on decluttering, downsizing, and the business of organizing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.